guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Acid Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below. Let me know, gang. Now, one story that has been holding us hostage, as far as we Nigerians are concerned, is the story about Mohbad's son, his wife, and his dad. Mohbad has been late for many months now. And for one reason, the DNA for his son has just been holding his burial. Now, for a brief backstory, for those of you that do not know, Wumi is Mohbad's wife. He married her. His son was pretty young before he passed. And Mohbad's father insists that Wumi does a DNA to ensure that Liam, the son, is actually Mohbad's son. A lot of people are against and some are for. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is one story that I really did not want to cover. Like, in my head, I'm like, let me not go and talk amiss, because may God just be helping us in this country. Mohbad loved his dad. Like, it was a lot of reflection when you look at his songs talking about how his father was there, his mother left him when he was 10 and all of that. We don't know so much about his family history, but we just know from the songs that he put out. His mom has come out to say, okay, she left for certain reasons, and Mohbad's dad was part of the reason. And we know that in Africa, most times when the father takes the child, it's usually a difficult decision for the mother. And Mohbad kept saying, like, for 10 years, he didn't see his mom. Many women have different stories to back up why they may not have come back, or they probably tried, or the father said, don't come, don't see him, and different things. We really don't know her part. His mom had come out when he died, mourned, did her normal things. And for most people, they saw her recently just trying to hawk and live her normal life. Whereas, on the father's own part, for those of you that do not remember, this man hurriedly buried Mohbad. He so hurriedly buried him that they did not get the right size of casket for this boy. And they bent his neck. They broke his neck, put in a casket. At a time, I thought, okay, probably because Mohbad must be a Muslim. And they said, no, his father is a pastor. I said, you said what? Imagine the traditional ruler in the village said, don't bury him. The father still buried him. So it makes one wonder, if not the outrage that came out of his death, that boy would have been long buried and forgotten. But because the government had to go and exhume his body to find out the cause of death and all of that, and they try to do the autopsy report, we still haven't gotten autopsy till now, which is such a long time. But right now, the man is refusing to fix for the next burial, or to bury him like in a more dignified way right now. The father is stalling. And why is he stalling? He insists that a DNA test must be done. At this point, let me tell you the first question that comes to my mind. The fact that this man hurriedly buried Mohbad because he thought that, people were talking about, his properties and all. Remember, there was a video going around where people were discussing properties that they would take when they were trying to bury him. And it came out that Mohbad left everything to his wife. So maybe when the father was allegedly, I'm just going to put this as my own angle. This is the only reason that makes sense to me. He hurriedly buried this guy because he thought he's going to get everything. He sincerely thought, as the father, that he's going to inherit everything Mohbad had. That's why he hurriedly buried him. Now, upon discovering that Mohbad left everything to his wife, he's now insisting that the next of kin, the rightful next of kin, which is Liam, they need to find out that it's truly his son that has it. Because why? If he's not the son that has, if Mohbad is not the real father of Liam, everything goes back to him. If not, explain why the father has been parading Lagos wearing this boy's clothes. Not in a mournful manner, not in a way to mourn him, but in a way to gauge up, He dey gauge up, he dey talking, he dey wear a shoe, they wear a cloth. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. These clothes, truthfully, he can wear them because they are the same size, yeah? But It's weird. It's weird. Looking at the case at hand, he could have packed all the clothes and kept until the boy has been buried. At least bury him. Before you're wearing his clothes like this, bury him first now. Ha! Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because in my head, that's the only thing that makes sense. And then Wumi has stood her ground and said, you know what, she's not going to do a DNA test until he gets a court order for that. You know, and then people are like, you know, if truly this is what is holding him, why not just do the DNA, let him rest? Why not just do it if you know your hands are clean and all of that? See, for this thing, I just want to ask, what are your thoughts? Truly, what are your thoughts? Because initially, when this DNA matter was causing a lot of chaos, I was like, babe, just run the thing, make you rest. Not even for the father, run it for your own conscience, run it for your own sake, run it to clear your name. But you do understand, Uncle Mohbad, Abi, Papa Mohbad, that the stress of which you have put this lady through. They run this test now, and she said you will not see that grandson with your eye. You will not see him. You will not see him, oh. Because if you're looking at the emotional trauma this girl has been under, it doesn't even make sense. You're acting like she didn't lose her husband. You're not even mourning your son enough for us to think that you feel pain for losing your son. From your outward appearance, it doesn't look like you feel pain, because after a while, he released song. After a while, he's dressing like his son. After a while, he's sporting that he's the one that taught Mohbad music. You're too joyful for a grieving father. And then the widow, you know, allow her grieve, because every day people are pursuing courts, pursuing this one. She's the one that killed him. She is the one that did. Come on, guys, let me know your thoughts. See, if it ever gets to DNA, let them run it and run it the right way, no problem. Right now, the court has not said anything, and then he is insisting that he has the final say. Gistlover even released a video where somebody called him and he said yes, he knows that Liam is his grandson. That yes, I know. Gistlover had put a translation. He said, yes, I know that Liam is my grandson. I don't doubt it. But Wumi should do the DNA for the sake of Nigerians to know that Liam is Mohbad's son. What the hell is that? Did we ever tell you that we did not know? What do you really want as a man? What do you really want as the father? Because I'm more concerned that they should do DNA to confirm that Mohbad is really his child, though. Because that's where the problem is. If Mohbad's mother comes out and say this man is not the father of Mohbad, Kasala don't bust. This thing we are saying now is now news. If Mohbad's mother come out and say, oh, Daddy Mohbad, let me confess to you, no be you born this boy. Oh, the whole Nigeria divide into two. So that all of us will rest. Everywhere go inside your house. DNA have ended. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That thought just came to my head and it became so funny. Because, I feel so bad for her, considering everything she's going through and all of that. At the back of my head, I'm like, babe, just run am. And to one, and on the other hand, I'm like, is it not even enough? Why don't people just... The guy himself did not doubt the paternity of his child for one day. Why are you people now doubting it? You say, oh, the boy doesn't look like Mohbad. Two people born pikin. Now one person. Then the pikin must resemble. You've not seen children that will leave father and mother and go and resemble grandmother. They will leave father and mother and resemble grandfather. Look at Drake's child. Left him and left his mother and went to look like Drake's mother. Drake do DNA, 100% na you born. But the pikin no resemble. Some children are very funny. They can leave the two of them and go and resemble another. Like, it's lineage, it's blood, it's DNA, it's complex. That's how it works. You can't use face and say this one are you born and this one not be you born. Sometimes you can get it, but sometimes no. Sometimes no. Guys, let me know your thoughts. I got another DNA matter story that at this point, I feel like DNA will divide Nigeria. This DNA back and forth, if it does not divide Nigeria, I don't know what else will divide Nigeria. Guys, let me know your thoughts. So, basically, shout out to Miss Ashwebi. It has been a long time. We did a video reaction on Miss Ashwebi. Come on, we need to get back into this whole thing, because, you know, when we do our wedding reaction content, it's mainly Miss Ashwebi that carries it. And Miss Ashwebi has not been doing those polls recently, or is it me that have been skipping it? I need to go back to my Miss Ashwebi, because it's a Nigerian wedding blog that carries a lot of gist and nice content, and also wedding. Okay, so this particular story goes, hello Miss Ashwebi, please maintain my anonymity I recently gave birth and my marriage has hit a rough patch. My husband and I dated for 4 years before getting married, during which remained fiercely loyal, a trait my husband often boasted about to his family and friends. However, I caught him cheating during our courtship. Fast forward 2 years into our marriage, my husband sat me down one day and told me he will be conducting a DNA test on our future children. And he wanted me to be aware so it wouldn't look somehow when I found out. I was so pissed about it because this is someone I have never cheated on. I don't keep male friends and I am so loyal to a fault. I take my relationship seriously and my family would always come first. I asked him the reason behind it, and all he could tell me was he wanted to be sure he would be raising his own flesh and blood. This matter became so serious that we had to involve our families, but he stood his ground. He was going to take the DNA. I gave birth 2 weeks ago, and when the nurse asked for our child's name to fill out his birth certificate, I insisted our child carry my last name until the DNA test is completed. This decision shocked my husband and mother-in-law, who deemed it disrespectful. Yet I stand firm, it is a matter of principle and respect for my feelings. My husband's demand for DNA tests without cause leaves me feeling undervalued despite my unwavering loyalty. My child's birth certificate could not be issued due to this, and now everybody is blaming me that I shouldn't have done that. I have been asking myself, where did I go wrong? Why is no one thinking about my own feelings? How could you demand a DNA without giving any reasons to disbelieve me? My husband is virgin me, and all I get in return is asking for a DNA test on our future children. Mr. Shrebi, am I wrong to have insisted on our child carrying my last name until he does the DNA test? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This particular story is very funny. Yeah, when she said the child will carry her last name, that was funny. I think realistically, you didn't do wrong, realistically, because until proven otherwise, just in case, first hold the pikin. Do you get that kind of thing? I get your angle. But because you, in your heart, you still know that this child is actually for him, you could have just let it go. Because you're innocent. Do you understand? Because you're innocent, you should have let him, answer his father's name. Let the father go ahead and do the DNA. A broken trust is a broken trust. Whether he's putting the name or not putting the name. If your trust has been broken as a result of him asking that he will conduct DNA on all his children, that is already broken. Whether or not the child answers your name and then goes back to his father's name, that's beside the point. Why I'm saying this is because as long as you're sure that the child belongs to the father, there's no point, no stress yourself. Don't even mention it again. Allow him to do his DNA. And for the husband, I hope you understand what this means for you moving forward in terms of really knowing the person you are with. Because this might sound like a noble act because, all things considered and with the way Nigeria is and everybody is raising children that they are not sure are their own, I get it that you really want to be sure, no problem. However, understand how heartbreaking it can be for her to hear that. That's just it. And for me, Madam Wife, if you really wanted to do this, you know where you went wrong? When you people called both families and he still insisted that this is what he would do, you would have told the families dear that, see, since it's what he would do, no problem. I just want to let you people know that as soon as we enter hospital, if I give birth, that child will bear my name till he does his DNA. So that by that time when the argument is heated, everybody is aware. Because what you did is a shock. They would have thought that, oh, you've called family, he insisted on DNA, and it's resolved. So waiting till you give birth and say, no, that child must answer my name. It's like reopening a wound of an argument that they feel has been resolved based on your husband stood his ground and that's it. Guys, let me know your thoughts. That for me is just the angle I'm coming from. The fact that you did not raise that, okay, if you're standing your ground, that's good and fine. Maybe let's say you had not considered that. But you'd have also said it like, see, babe, I'm about to give birth. This is what will happen. So that it's not like you're launching it on your mother-in-law. Or for me, I'm just thinking of different things. But seriously, I get it. I get your heart. I get it. I think that as much as you just try to max it. What people don't understand is that this little crack can turn into something really big. Really, really big. No matter how long it takes, it just builds. Lack of trust builds, it builds, it builds, it builds. It might look like all is well and everything is going. Imagine something that he had talked about and left. Maybe he forgot. He thought, oh, I've told her, but my word is final. It's gone, it's gone. Imagine when she remembered it again and she acted on. That's to show you that when people get hot, they get hot. You know, you cannot even brush off their feelings on just it. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Would you consider having a DNA done on your child immediately the child is born, for those of you that are guys? And for ladies, what would be your thoughts if your husband came up to you and said he wants to conduct a DNA? You know, all things considered, are you going to feel betrayed? Are you going to say, you know what, go for it? And when you're saying go for it, yes, I will say go for it. Hope you're never going to feel like your trust has been, you know, there are people that will say, no, don't worry, I don't have any bad feelings about it. Oh, I want my husband to even do the DNA so that I'm sure that they did not switch my child down. But after it happens to them, it becomes a scar that nobody can erase. Think very well before you answer. Think very well before you answer. And when you answer that, what do you think about Wumi's case? Do you think she should go ahead with her DNA just so that the father is okay and they can bury this guy normally? Or you think that she should continue to stand her ground? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as usual, I remain your girl, Acid Darling. Please check out my other videos and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.